Boys, we got invited to compete in a $5,000 Madden tournament thrown by Stride.gg. Thanks to Kurt Banker in his Madden Invitational the second time. First time K-Mac, this time we're playing Mayzomatic. You know who he is, right? If you guys want to compete in a Madden tournament with Stride.gg, it's a $500 open tournament. Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Go there, register, and you can compete for your chance to win money. You think you're good. I see you guys in the comments all the time. I could do this. I could beat you. You're not good. All right, prove it. Sign up, play, and go win. Why not do that? Again, shout out to Stride.gg and my guy Kurt Banker. Click that link. And you guys want to see this game? You want to see us break it down? CC versus Maze. First time ever happening, okay? This is gonna be a post-com here because obviously me and him were just talking during the game back and forth with it going on. So he had to borrow a team and he came in using the Saints uniform. The disrespect that this man had. But I like Maze. Maze is one of the guys, okay? met him earlier this year. It was awesome. So one thing with Maze is I don't really know what he does, you know. I think he kind of like freestyles a little bit and he changes stuff up and all that. So how do you prepare for someone like that? Well, you don't. And I'll be honest, I didn't really prepare because I have all faith in myself to win and play well. Again, if you guys watched our tournament from last time, where we played against K-Mac and we dropped the game-winning touchdown wide open in the end zone. We dropped it. Okay, so there's a little bit of a redemption arc that needs to happen here. So for this game here, I was obviously running my balanced offense and I switched to the 4-6 defensive playbook. Wanted to kind of be able to do something here because I know Maze, I had to assume he's going to be a little more meta with how he runs things as opposed to when we played K-Mac. I know he actually just runs a bunch of different stuff. And so the team he was using here was as good as could be, right? It's a good team. It's fine. It's great. Don't really care. So again, when you're playing in these tournaments, you're playing a little closer to the vest generally. And at the same point, maybe there's a little bit of nerves from this sometimes, right? Sometimes you get a little bit nervous because you want to win. You want to have a good showing. The last thing you want is to just get dragged by someone. Okay. All right. So we're going to start off playing very, hey, you know me, right? Now, again, if this was maybe a weekend league game or a MUT Champions game or a seasons game, I probably would have done things a little bit differently. I would have ran the ball a little bit more here in key situations to make sure we got certain things happening. But again, in here, trying to put on an exciting game, okay? So we get to a 2nd and 9 here. His defense sort of surprised me. I thought he was going to run something different. He didn't. And he would have liked to have caught that one. But that's okay. That's okay. Again, and he gets us to a 4th and 4 here, if I recall. And again, I've got a curl and a flat and the playmaker, the backyard QB. Again, I know not a lot of people are running that ability with Vic. He's really the only one that has it still. A lot of people still focus on their set feet lead. But again, I see it as a weapon that I need to use because my skill level is going down over time. It sucks to say and admit, but it's a little bit true. I still think, we're a decent player. Probably should have played Maker, the running back there. We don't, but we're getting the first down. We got the ball first, right? The key when you get the ball first in any Madden game, especially in a tournament setting, is you want to make sure that you are putting points on the board. You cannot give the possession away to start there. That's momentum. That's confidence. We cannot give Maze confidence. You give Maze some confidence, it's going to be a long day. So again, the playmaker was frustrating him. He had no idea how to stop it to begin with. Nobody does. Nobody's ready for it. Nobody's expecting it. Nobody sees it coming. Okay. So again, we're having a pretty solid drive here. He got us to a 4th down. We were able to convert. That's great. And again, doing these things. So based on what he was doing, like I said, I would have probably run the ball a little bit more in certain situations here, as opposed to, I'll just pass. I'll just pass. Because again, when you play against better players, they're going to adjust as well. So one thing I noticed is he's got Richie Grant right here, who should not be out there. Again, that's fine. The playmaker just gets him. We're in the end zone. That's 7 points. Again, I know I saw Richie Grant. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we get there. We get the points and trying to figure out what he's going to do. You can't fault someone for trying an RPO there to start. The defense I had out there was not set up to defend an RPO. Not even close here. So a couple things I probably would have done differently in hindsight as we leave here, but I felt like we were playing pretty good defense, and that was his go-to pass. Was hoping that Tyreek would burn on the streak there, and he kind of did. Will Levis was selling, so we moved the card back. We got out of position. I should have done the buttons to move them back. I didn't. I didn't want it to be super obvious, because if you move that corner back, then it may be someone's going to throw an out route on you, or feel like the corner route might be a little more open there. Couple things, So again, he's not running the typical stuff. This is, a very good situation out of Pats. He does a great job there. Saquon, of course, I'm like, oh man, like he's gonna get. All right, we're in for a bit of trouble now. I'm worried about the deep passes. He's hitting us short. He's hit us with like a Texas route or something across the middle. He's hitting me everywhere. Damn, okay. So we gotta lock in and focus, and I do some of my best work in the red zone. I think a lot of us probably do defensively, and that's cool. So that's what I'm trying to do here and get my focus in on. All right, you can't just throw the ball over top of my head now once you get down here. So it allows me to not have to worry about one major issue with playing defense in the game. So I'm consistently adjusting. I really like this defensive setup against a very normal trips tight end, and we're doing a good job there. And look at that. I mean, like nothing is open, right? You have to really scheme something up or make absolutely precision throws in trips tight end there. This formation a little bit differently, because the alignment that I get defensively is differently. So you see, I'm trying to protect against the running back over there. And I still like this defense and this setup against Bunch. And then he goes, he moves the running back, and I'm like, okay, well, what's the running back probably going to do? Not a ton, right? When someone motions a running back over, normally there's two things that someone does. Obviously, you could do other things. Number one is he wants to block him on a specific side. Number two is you streak him, you move him over, then he gets the straight up instead of like the curved out streak from the backfield. That's what he does. I like it. I mean, I like it there. 4th and 10 at the 21. So I'm like, okay, yeah, like I feel like we're playing pretty good defense, but it's more so we're getting good pressure. So let's just stick with what's working here and hope that there's something that doesn't come about. And he does a great job here. That's a great pass, right? So let's break down. Where was I? This is my spot of the field. CC, you're supposed to defend the middle of the field. Yeah, I am. Why am I chasing the running back? Why? I don't know why. He's covered. He's sort of covered, at least. That's a tougher throw. So we left the middle of the field open. That's what we call making the right read. Shout out to him. Makes the right read. And he does all that. And we're going to get here, and he comes into single back wing slot. So I was like, oh, I feel like he might run here. So we're going, and I see the running back, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that was just an amazing defensive play by my team. Not a bad throw by him at all. Oh, 100% deserved defensive stop. Okay, so we're up 7-0. We got to stop. Let's be honest. That probably should have been a touchdown. or it should have hit the running back in the hands. Maybe he drops it, maybe he doesn't, but that result, probably not the way it should have gone. Okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? So again, before I mentioned Richie Grant as a safety, right? That card's an 82 overall. So my very next opportunity, I'm like, let's take advantage of this. And I threw the ball too early. I threw the ball too early, and we throw it right back to him. Really bad. So what he did differently this time was he blitzed on this play. He had not actually been blitzing. Okay. So that's the sort of throw off there. And we didn't really have the space and the time, because I see someone coming through here. So I'm throwing this ball too early. If he doesn't blitz, we're probably going to be able to put that ball in the right spot, but he does. He did something a little different. Again, was that the smart play? No, that's the type of thing I'm doing against someone who I don't think is a very good player. I deserved to throw that pick. I deserved it. I got confident. I got cocky, whatever you want to call it. So Mays now has the ball back again. That last pick, he had no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Again, I really like this defensive setup that we have here. And he throws another pick right back to us, to Pacheco. Okay. Now I know you're thinking, and after watching this back, I can sort of pick up on the why this happened. Okay. In real time, it was very difficult for me to tell. But right here, you can see that he clicks on and like takes him off his route just a little bit. And that's sort of what causes the issue. If you watched my gameplay that I put up yesterday, you saw that I did the same thing. So if he just goes for it, he's fine. But see, he clicks and he takes him away. He takes him, like he's trying to like swerve him away, sort of. It's something we used to do in a lot of old Maddens. That's actually more why that happens. And if he would have tried to aggressive catch that, I think Pacheco, who is deep out, probably knocks it out anyway. I do it all the time. I do it all the time too. And I think not the best pass by Levis, not putting it as far outside as he could have. So I'll take the ball back. Right, we're in the second quarter, and in a different type of setting. If this wasn't Maze, because like I said, when I'm playing against people like someone I know and have met and have hung out with, I'm gonna play a little bit differently and looser. I'm not trying to be Captain Tryhard and all this sort of stuff, right? Like, let's just play the game, or else I probably would have just started to destroy the rock here. He gets some, I don't even know what the penalty was, but I know he said that he'd picked the wrong defense, so he just audibled into man because he didn't really want to give something huge up there, so that's why he went into man there. A very, very obvious man situation too, and y'all know me, obvious man situation, we know what to do. So what he is doing here, coming out in the double safety blitz and audibling to get those safeties down, is beautiful. And he's doing a much better job now. He's really cares about the running back route. We've hit him with that playmaker, and like that's his focus. My problem that I made kind of from this point going forward in the game is I didn't do enough changes in different route combinations, because man, I could have, right? I could have, we hit him there, all I'm looking for now, since I know he's all over our running back and he wants to cover that playmaker because he knows that that's a really dangerous route, is when he overplays it, right? So like once he starts to run and he's too far ahead, the space here that we have is great for me. If he's on his hip closer to him, he's going to cover that really well. However, X is wide open. And we don't throw it anyway, but we get that. So again, if he leaves me a space, that's great. He is a smart enough player. He's a good enough player to take that away, kind of going forward and do a really good job of making sure that's not the thing. It's the chess. I put out my first move. He made the second move. I needed to make a third move. Didn't always make the third move here. So this was again, like, I'm like, okay, like, let me set up another variation of what I like. We throw the running back on a streak here because I feel that's different. And we playmaker him here perfectly to like a 10-yard out route. This is an amazing play setup. But I freeze on it. Terrible idea to freeze. Like, let's watch this in real time. And how beautiful this playmaker is to set up something like this where nobody's expecting it and then just make a bad play. So again, playmaker over. We should have thrown it. Pew, pew, pew. Would have been in there. Absolute laser. However, we take the sack, and that's bad. That's bad. So again, other things. I was looking to see like who he had there on the right on the safety there. Like, can I throw that? Can I not throw that? And again, I'm just not doing anything here. I'm just chatting away. I know I was just chatting away. Like, oh, okay. So I was like, all right, well, if you know, all right, let me make sure I can take 3 here at least, right? Like, I might as well. If we can get something, that's cool. If not, I'm not worried about it. The blitz comes screaming in, and we'll take 3. We'll take 3. 10-0. 10-0's a cool score. It's fine. I guess, especially in a tournament situation, we'll take that. Good pass there. Again, on the running back side, he's really got 2 options. He can either go flat or try to go sort of deep up there because he does not have a hot route master. He doesn't have anything on Saquon here. So I know he's not going to angle route us constantly. And he has another play there. And just, is that an overthrow? Is that a problem by Levis? I don't know. I know it's an under pressure is what it is. Okay. We see Aaron Donald. He lit up. He just lit up. This pass probably should go incomplete, but Pacheco with deep out zone KO, which is why we have him on the field, is discounted, plays this as soon as the ball's in the air. Just the turn and the crazy play there. Probably should have been an incomplete. If that's not a deep out zone KO player there, it is, but the under pressure gets him. That's 3 turnovers and 3 drives. I know in real time, he's like, why is he missing these passes? And again, I'm the same way. I'm not looking at the pass rush. I'm trying to see who's open. You can you get to see it a little bit after there. So he's had an under pressure. The first one probably, I don't understand why the first one happened. So here again, like, it's just take this easy, right? We've got 3 timeouts. Gets the ball though. So this time we go with the playmaker up the field instead of left or right, because again, he's not really expecting that. You can see he's waiting for something. So like, let's throw that out there. We get into field goal range. I'm thinking now, all right, we are at least getting 3 here. I'm not going to do anything to try to jeopardize that really. But should you play real passive or like moderately aggressive? So that's why we run the ball first. It's like, okay, the only reason to run there is A, for clock, or B, to take a timeout. That was my whole idea there. And I'm totally cool with that. That's the right thing to do in this situation. It may hamper us from getting 7, but it also means that he's not going to have the time out here. And a hesitation on my part. A hesitation on my part on this play, because we actually had the right thing that we wanted open. We throw the curl route out there, and we should be throwing it right now, right? Ray Lewis is in the middle of nothing. But once he starts running back over there, my job on this play setup that I normally have, okay? This is where I messed up. This is a couple, I made mistakes too, guys. They happen. Is knowing on this setup here, I was watching too much. I know the appropriate play is to playmaker the running back. Up, away, up, right? We don't do that. We don't do that. So we take the sack because the defense covered everything else. But there's 2 routes and 1 defender. And when they collide, they're covered. Two 2 people covered by 1 person is a terrible offensive design. Unlike Arthur Smith out there with that one, okay? That's on me. So I just threw something different up here. The maybe that could be there. And so I know when I threw this, he's like, it's covered. Why would you have done that? Because I felt like the playmaker moved up, right? We would have been able to get this one because this guy right here, he's got a pick artist, but he doesn't have a zone KO. And I felt like he was out of position. So if we didn't get hit there, I think that's complete. But we got hit, so it's not complete. It's 3 points, right? I'm like, all right, let me take my 3 points and do all this. And then this was actually the time, because Levis just throws up a prayer right there and gets it. Great little halftime play. But this was the time, with no fault anything, Kurt steps in and tries to offensive coordinate a little bit for Mace, trying to help him out a bit. I thought we were boys, Kurt. I thought we were boys. What? All right, whatever. So yeah, he gets the ball started second half. Again, I feel like we've played I can't even say great. I thought we've played okay. I feel like we've played okay. We've outplayed him, but I don't think the gap that we've played is 13 points better. I do not. Okay. It feels like it's probably a 3 or a 6 point game to me with how we both have played. Neither of us have played great on offense or on defense. Neither of us have. So I was like, all right, so because I knew Kurt was helping him out, I tried to go to something different here on defense, just so he wouldn't because Kurt's been able to see kind of like everything that we've been doing, obviously, and Maze isn't screen watching or doing anything like that. Great little play there. That was probably a mistake for me to try to get away with what was working and outthink yourself. Again, who am I, Arthur Smith? Put Bijan in, don't give him the ball. Make them think. All right, I guess so. And again, what does that cause? It means right here on this play, I'm base aligned when I don't want to be base aligned, which is because I set up my base line before and I didn't have time to switch back to man line. I was worried. I probably should have called a timeout. So that was 2 plays, 40 yards that I gave him for absolute free for me just overthinking what's going on in the game. Because what happens, we get back to it, bam, we hit the quarterback. Right? Again, next play. Nice little touch there. Little adjustment by him. Great pass. We like to see that. Again, there's one different adjustment I can make normally on what I think you're going to do in that situation. Didn't work for me there. I juked left, he went right. Didn't work. Okay. So again, he's got the corner maybe there. We'll take that. Tyreek, just hit him. Again, I think it's really smart for him to leave a smoke screen or something out on the side there. It works really well because if I make one of those 2 adjustments, it's going to be wide open. If I make the other one, it's going to be covered. So he's leaving himself essentially a 50% chance of having an opening there. And all this motion here probably would have worked out kind of well, but we got the pressure in again. Our pressure was coming in really well this game. I like what he did here with the motion. You know, that's a Kurt. Send him out and do all this. So I've got a cross man over here. I'm like, what do I do here? You know? So should I have just stayed on him? Well, yeah, I should have. But the fact that I saw him breaking into a corner route over here and his man is coming that way. Normally, like a cross man works kind of well. This time, super poor. I should have stayed with him, but I thought that the cross, like he would have run into each other and they would have stuck to the corner. So that was my thought there. That's why I didn't leave him there. That sucked. So you can see like me stuck on the coach adjustments means I'm a little confused of what I want to do. Okay. So we have right here a flat over this side for the running back. We have a flat over here. Again, that smoke screen, I don't want that to be open. We have a vert hook right here, just in case there's a slant coming across from either of these two guys or a slant coming across here. This is why we have this defense set up this way. Okay. And he gets that off, and Palomalu will break it up. If Palomalu is close, he will break it up with his 3 AP reinforcement. That's why I'm okay with leaving that there. Right? The corner, again, fine. That's why, like on the previous play, that audible to motion the running back out is what opened that all up. 100%. Really, I hate when people do that against me, to be honest. So yeah, let me just set up the same play, right? You know what I mean? I'll set up the exact same thing. Super smart. But then he runs and he gets down to the 1. And the run was a great play there. I did not expect to run at all. I would have been 99.9% sure a pass was coming. So yeah. So 3rd and goal. Right here. I'm just going to run. You know me. I'm just going to run commit, right? I have to assume the run is coming. You have to assume that the run is coming here. If someone passes to you in this situation where he's about an inch away from a touchdown, you know, it is what it is. And the run commit works. 4th and goal. 4th and goal at the 1 now, boys. Oh, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? He's gonna go for it. Now, here again, real kind of simple setup. And it's not open. We got to stop at the 1. The problem with getting a stop at the 1 is you're in like safety territory now. You've got to play a little tough. So we got a 2-scored lead, almost going into the 4th quarter, right? I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay here. I did not know what I wanted to do here. I wanted to run, but I know he would have run commit on me. So we just set up our basic play, and I'm just, you know, hoping we can get something off here. And we hit that. That was a terrible pass. We actually had the flat on the left. That was a terrible pass. It should have been picked, probably. But I told Maze when we were playing, I said, you didn't hit Y. Not my problem. Not my problem, buddy. You didn't hit the button. But he probably did. That's just the game. So I think this is the point of the game where I start to mess up, to be honest. You know how sometimes you play to win and sometimes you play to lose? I think I played to lose, or to not lose, you know? Played to not lose at this point. And it makes me mad. It makes me mad. It does. It does. I hate when I get that way. And it doesn't happen very often. So we went with the double streaks here. So I felt like, man, that would be pretty nice. And here we are with a route wide open. A is wide open. And what am I doing? I playmaker here, right? I playmaker, and it playmakers him for whatever. I don't know why. I was expecting it to be him. I was. So again, when you're, let's just see here. I'm playing not to lose because I know this is a great route. I throw this route all the time. Did I throw it? No, I didn't. I didn't. Why? Because I'm too focused on something else. I'm too focused on something else. I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to fit the round peg in the square hole, and I'm doing it sideways even. Like, it does not work. 3rd and 10. Boys, Strugglesville. Strugglesville. I like this setup. I like this concept we have too. Give me some time. Do all this. Should be good. And it's probably going to be an okay play, but the pressure gets there. And when pressure gets there, so I punt. I think that this punt, you may think this is a smart idea. I think in retrospect, a punt here is a dumb idea. I can get 10 yards. We've schemed up 10 yards lots of times in this game. Why am I doing this? Playing not to lose. Prime example, playing not to lose. And so what happens here? He goes back to Old Faithful, and Tyreek pushes him out of the way. He gets the streak on Pacheco with deep out, and this touchdown. He hadn't gone to that in a quarter, almost 2 full quarters. If you asked me one thing I hate the most about Madden 24 on defense, it's the fact that you can have a zone with a shade over the top and a pass commit, and they will get beat on streaks because they get run, because there's a certain point the streak always runs into them and it pushes them off course. They shouldn't even be side by side. The over the top should mean they run backwards immediately. No, not in this game, buddy. So now it's an actual game. Come on, man. But again, I think he's done a really good job defensively too. He really has. I've done a kind of a bad job, but everything I'm throwing literally, and I run the same play and a lot of the same setup a lot of times here. But again, what am I doing? Why am I not doing different things? Why am I not thinking here? So this is when I start to try to just throw different things out here, and I'm consistently not hitting passes. I'm not seeing the field at all right now. At all. Not once have I gone to the corner out on the left. Why? Well, he's got a double Mabel there. I don't care because I can highball it and I can aggressive catch it and cut it off, right? Not once am I throwing to X here. Not once am I throwing to A here. Again, these are open with certain types of catches, especially here. He leaves him. The running back is just open. But now because I have to run and scramble, there's nothing I can do. I can't be running to the right and throwing to the left like that. Doesn't work. Does not work. So we're in trouble again. Okay. So now we come up with a double streak here, because you know I love a good double streak. You know I love a good streak up the seam. And we get this one off, and I'm shocked that we caught it. But the reason we caught it is because he's got a pick artist here and a pick artist here. He doesn't have a KO. I don't know where. I think he moved the KOs around or something. I don't know what he did. So those guys aren't going to be able to knock the ball out there. And so here again, I'm like, all right, we're at midfield, 4 minutes. All we need is 3, boys. We get 3, then the game is ours. We've played well enough, so let me just, a little bit of a run ski right up the middle, not too bad. Again, a little bit of clock, a little bit of yards. That's exactly what we want to do. So that's how we go here. 2nd and 5. Again, in a different game, I am running the ball 100% at the same point here instead of what we did. And despite from what we did, it was a great play. That was a phenomenal, that might have been my best offensive play of the game. Okay. And now we're 100% in field goal range, and there's 3 minutes left. What is the problem? Like, what could go wrong? How do you lose a game like this? It's impossible to lose the game at this point in time. Like we agree handshakes. So again, one thing I messed up on. Does this cost me? Does this cost me here? Like, we're trying to take the clock down, right? But I hiked it at 2. Am I Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl for the Falcons? Maybe. Why am I doing it at 2? I know it's a 30-second play clock, and if I can get tackled at 2:29, that is going to mean we get to the 2-minute warning and cost them a timeout. So I hike it at 2. And what happens? We get tackled, and the play clock is at 29, and it's 2:30. That 1 second of difference, do we feel like it's going to make a difference? Let's go find out. Do we think it makes a difference? Do we think that makes, is that all the difference in the game? I don't know, because right here we have to call a play. We do have to call a play here, right? And we get to the play call, and again, just take the sack, right? So he should be 1 timeout less here, and we should be at like 150. Yeah, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts a little bit. Kind of hurts. Now he takes a timeout, and I'm thinking, okay, 51-yard field goal. Let's just go up here. Again, it's not just about the clock on this play here, boys. What it is I have chew clock on, and so I'm having to rush. Okay? It's not just about the 1 second. It's about I'm rushing on a very critical play call here. Maybe I should have called timeout. Right? Maybe. You know what? I will kick my field goal and we will go up 9. He has 2 timeouts left. Minute 50. I feel good. There's a couple little things we did wrong. 100%. Things I probably don't normally do wrong. Maybe I do it wrong like 10% of the time. It just happened that this was 10% of the time twice. So again, there's a decent amount of time left here. So we're going to see what we can get here. Again, he's got 2 timeouts. So for me, it's keep him in bounds, keep him in bounds, keep him in bounds. I don't care if he picks up yards necessarily. If we can keep him in bounds, like if that's a sack instead of a throwaway, massive change, right? Something as simple as that in each of these games and these end of game situations can win or lose you a game. Super easy. It's like, man, so where are we going? And he's got this here, and he goes try to go deep. We're there. It's 4th and 10. Boys, we just need 1 stop. We've played really good defense. We've gotten good pressure. We've gotten him out of the pocket. We've got him uncomfortable pretty consistently all game. His only points have come on a streak. And we got 1.5 minutes left in the game. Pretty good. Feels pretty good, right? So I play a little bit different of coverage here. Right? Our coverage is set up a little bit differently here. And yeah, that's caught. And it's first down. Kind of hurts. The soul. Especially when you realize he's in a hook curl. He's in the proper zone. Not like he had to overreact. Look at him. Oh, Mike Evans. Oh, look at this. You free card, Mike Evans. But only saving grace here was he got tackled in bounds, thankfully. I think he should have just gone keep running out of bounds, personally. Hey, that's just me. So again, I'm terrified at this point, so I'm not doing some of these things. Another throwaway. We are playing really good defense. We've played really good defense for like 25 of the 27 plays, I think, in this game. Exquisite defense even. And I think that's his best pass of the day. I think that was his best pass of the day. The running back on the wheel here. Because we don't press, and he does an entire job of clearing out. Like, this is clearly his read. You can see it post play. As soon as he clears, bam. And it's because it's a great read. It's a great setup, and it gets him out of bounds. Super easy. Beautiful play. His best play design and his best pass of the day. Hands down, in my opinion, phenomenal. I love that. And we see here, I'm kind of like messing around over here. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. If you're not sure what you want to do, call a timeout, you moron. But what do I do? I'm not calling a timeout. I've just got stuff here. Why do I have him blitzing from 400 yards away? I don't know. All right, that's dumb. And again, the problem that I have here is normally this defender goes to the flat. So like something's wrong with me here, right? I'm clearly doing something wrong. I'm trying to defend. We're really trying to defend Shannon Sharp, apparently. And defend up. He's open. He's open. He's open. He's open. Everyone's open. Everybody's open. 4 people are open. One is quadruple covered. This is terrible defense. Again, I can't take the timeouts with me, so like use them in an appropriate manner here, right? Use them in an appropriate manner. I think if he doesn't get that play, I think he kicks the field goal there probably too, which kind of sucks for us. So again, similar set of cloud flat, hard flat, revert hook to come across on anything over here, and maybe some guy coming across here. Right? I think I like the way we have this defense set up. For how he's been playing, it's a good setup. And again, we're over here, nothing there. Great defense, boys. Again, I would count 3 bad defensive plays now, 26 good ones. 3 bad ones. What do we do? What do you do here? Same thing. It worked last time. Why not do it again? So I literally set up the exact same thing. Like, okay, like he struggled against that, but now he's got this motion. What does the motion do? Well, we're literally on top of everything again, and the pressure gets there. The problem is all these pressures are incomplete passes. They're all incomplete passes. What do you do, right? So I'm not doing all the same adjustments yet. I left him manned up, right? We have a cloud flat over here. Feels good. We have a cloud flat there now. Cool. Watch this. Look at this. What a pass here. For some, we're on the running back. For some reason, our cloud flat is right here. I don't know about you, but the numbers are not the flat. I told you to go to cloud flat. I want you just over here somewhere, buddy. Cloud flat. And he throws this, and because it's the sideline, when you get these deep zone KOs, they will not hit the ball out on the sideline. And even if they do, it's still complete, right? I felt like something was coming over there, which is why we threw up the cloud flat. And yeah, you know, it's a good pass. You think he had something coming open over here maybe too? Did he? No, that was the most open of the passes, and it was still really covered well. So okay, right? What do you do now? He's down 2. He's down 2. 2 timeouts. 40 seconds. I would give myself like a C- on offense this game. Is the truth. C-. I would give myself an A or an A- on defense. All right. Totally true. So onside kick. You just got to get the onside kick. And I instantly, as I'm scrolling through here, I realize this is Nico Collins is out here. The lowest rated player on my team, who I only have in there to have a zero chill theme team. The lowest rated player on my team is there, but you can't call timeout at this point. Won't let you. It won't let you. So we get on Nico Collins. We jump up. Boys, hands on the ball. That's the game. Congratulations. We're moving. Man, is Nico Collins. What are we doing? I don't even think he gets hit. Right? He just drops it. He just drops it. Can't pick it up. Kyle Hamilton, you can't pick it up. I don't even know who that guy is who got the ball. I don't know. He gets the onside kick. Ball in hand. Like if he would have got like hit stuck or something, maybe a little bit different. He does not. It doesn't happen. The first tournament, we lost on an absolute wide open drop. This tournament, we lose on an absolute wide open drop and an onside kick. Can this stop happening? We are playing great Madden football. We are playing and doing enough to win without question. And EA Sports keeps stepping in and stealing it from me. And you guys know, I know, no, EA does not like me. They are not on Team CC. They've never have been. They never will be. Whatever, man. Frustration. How do you complete the game after this? Again, like he's it's basically field goal range, right? It's so easy to get into field goal range after this. Then he has the setup. I'm like, okay, like, what do we want to do? And he's got the angle route, and we move off. And out of all the passes that Levis sort of didn't do great on, him rolling and being able to hit this from the 45, that's 530. That's like a 40-yard rope. Right? And then of course he gets tackled in before he can get in. So the time's up. And he makes a field goal, and we end up having 1 second left. And try to make a play, right? We try to make a play. But we don't. Because you can't pitch the ball this year. This doesn't work. So that is it. We end up losing on an onside kick in a $5,000 money tournament. Regardless, again, thank you, Stride.gg, Kurt Banker, for bringing me into the tournament. I'm going to need to come back, though. Come back. Boys, if you want to play in a Madden tournament, again, click the link in the description, the pinned comment. Go sign up for an $500 Madden tournament. I love you guys. I'm sorry we couldn't win, but hey, guess what? It's not my fault. Again, I'm out.